What's up? I'm YMMI. It means your music must inspire. Fashion designer, music producer, all around lover of all things creative.
Yeah. Okay. Your music must inspire. Can you tell me how you came up with that?
Well, I'm a music producer and an artist first. That's my natural love. I started from an artist that made the transition into being a producer, and that is being a producer unlocks so many other opportunities for me. And my thing is always your music must inspire. A buddy had told me that one time, if you're doing it, you got to make sure you're inspired with it. It's the only way that you give validity for what you're doing. And I guess that's really living out your purpose, because the universe will give you the creativity and the artistic genius, but for a purpose. And the best purpose for me was to inspire. So your music must inspire. YMMI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was always into design and stuff. At a cost though. I was rocking designer. Just spending a lot of money on other people's designs while creating my own designs all the time. And I got into creating designs with doing graphics. Like CD covers and album artwork and stuff. And so naturally, I would just have these crazy designs I would do and just put to the side. It's kind of like my labor of love. And then one day I'm like, let's test it out, and did a print run with it. And just so happens it was cool. So then when I created actually this was design, the Space Junk design is what it's called, Space Junk. It's like our signature design is what we're known for. Mm-hmm. And it was just me being on some crazy kind of retro to things we liked and looked at in a kid thing, but then bring it up to a drip level. You know what I'm saying? And did my first run, and it just stopped traffic. So then my buddy Juice, my longtime friend Juice, he's always thinking ahead, we got to make this, the world got to get this. So he planted that seed, okay, now let's create it. So we built the infrastructure, built the website. The website was going to be just a digital company first. And then the demand was so high that we had to hit the ground with it. You got to get in the streets with it. So there we have it. And then last fall is kind of like when we really caught our traction. We started prior to the COVID. But even with that disaster that happened with COVID, there was a silver lining because there was a demand, especially last fall here in Minneapolis. People were starting to move around a little more, you know what I mean? And it was just, people was anxious. Let's get out, get seen. So we had these bubble coats with the Space Junk design, and that was like a hit for us.
Mm-hmm.
The streets wanted it, the stores wanted it, and it took off for us. And now we just running with it and keeping it going. Constantly thinking about ways to expand, both on the ground and digital spectrum. How to even get into, we might accept cryptocurrency for our stuff. Yeah, we thinking that far into the future.
Before we go to the future, fashion designer, music producer.
Yeah.
Music producer.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about that.
Oh yeah, music production, man. Perfect Noise Entertainment. That's like the music arm of the YMMI brand company. We have an artist, Lost in Leon. That's our first artist. He's just like a genius and a unicorn, and yeah, he's just a very talented individual. That's like my little brother too. So it's not just business, like real organic. We like a family, and we move as a team. We move as a unit. And we doing this for not only the city, but to shine our light on the world. Minneapolis, we very creative up here. And after the unrest and letting the world know we exist through our uprising, now it's time to give them our creativity. Outside of our OGs, shout out, long live the Prince, Prince, and all the other OGs from here, like the Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis's, even some of the unspoken heroes like Jack Robinson, the co-founder of IPR. You got David Ellis, TC Ellis. We got a whole first phase of the Minnesota creators
right now.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And even even on the hip hop side, you got your Rhyme Sayers. You got other people that came out, put us on the map on the hip hop side. But now it's a whole new generation, and we here to usher that in, help usher that in.
How'd you find Lost in Leon?
Oh, me and Lost in Leon, yeah, we met through a mutual friend, and then just one thing led to another. It was like instant. When the universe put two people that's supposed to be together.
Yeah.
Like I was actually leaving one day, leaving the studio one day. He happened to be
Which
in another.
studio?
We was at Winterland.
Okay.
And I was actually done. I was like mixing and stuff and closing the project out. So I was trying to get back to the crib, go chill. And my boy like stopped me in the park like, no, I want you to meet this young dude. And I'm like, okay, I'll meet him next time. He like, no, come meet him now. He in here now. So I'm like, okay, boom. Hopped out the ride, went back in there, and then like met Lost and Leon. It was this simple. I walked in the studio. Pretty was like, oh, who is you? He like, oh, I'm Lost and Leon. He's sitting there mixing and editing and stuff. I'm like, play me something. He played me something. It was like instant. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my artist, right? This is who I pray for. Thank you, God. This is who I pray for. That's right here. You know, cause he's consistent. I look for consistency. Cause me as an artist, me is just me as a man. You know, it's about consistency. Cause consistency wins the race. And he just kept that. In that one moment, he played me consistent music that caught my ear. But then as we grew together, I got to see his consistency is just him just being hungry. You know, that's what I look for. If I'm going to spend my time and energy on anything, I got to see it having a hunger. You know what I mean? He got that person, that individual, could be a female, whatever, has to be hungry. You know, I can't give you the hunger for your dream. I only can accelerate your hunger for your dream. You know, and that's where it was a perfect mesh. You know, my sound, his creativity, and yeah, we off to the races. You know.
Right. Good. Okay, good. So where are you? Like, where do you base yourself out of? You know?
Oh, so we out of Minneapolis. You know, my main production home is Winterland. That's where I do a lot of my stuff. I don't know if you know this about me, but I do a lot of work for like Viacom. You know, I create bed music and background music in the sync licensing sector for pretty much all of their urban content shows. Good. You know, for the Love and Hip Hops, you know, the Black Inks.
Great.
Even before that, I started off doing pretty much every season of Punk'd, just creating background music, you know. So that's what I'm saying early on when I said production opened up the doors. It showed me, I thought I was gonna be a platinum selling producer, you know, at first. But I got more money, I got more checks from music and production through the sync licensing side. I never sold a hit record at yet. I say
there.
Yet.
Yeah, my knowledge stops there. You might have to tell me more about sync licensing.
Oh, well, sync licensing is pretty much, you know, everything being seen on TV and heard on TV has music attached to it. Music is like the #1 component for selling anything in the world. And sync licensing is pretty much an artist like me, an independent producer like me, you know, would have the relationships to get music placed on those shows. And you get paid, you know, you get paid royalties per time and how many seconds, you know, so it's a mathematics scheme to it.
You're not just putting it onto like a company or a base, like where they can just like go through, like you're actually like directly.
Yeah. So I'm with an agency. That represents my music. They're a powerhouse here too, in the groove music.
Okay.
And I grew with them. They're my teachers and mentors, the people that own it and run it and created pretty much the business personality for that company over there.
Okay.
And we just grew together. You know, I started doing like radio jingles. I was doing radio jingles at first. And then that transformed into going into having these one-off TV opportunities. And I was meeting those, you know, because I'm one to always meet the challenge. That's where I get high off of. Like, where's the challenge? Let's meet it.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, this the deadline. Let's beat the deadline.
Good.
You know, and then being just that person naturally and just loving what I do. It was never about the money, and that love got me the money. You know, you always got to start with the love, 'cause then the money comes. Like, you know, the love is real, the money ain't, but it'll come. You know, the money just help you get comfortable.
It's a great reminder.
Yeah, and that's just really how I live. You know, that's my testament of my life. Like, that's how, you know, with God's grace, opened all my doors. Just being ready for that challenge. You know, I sit eager, like, what's next? Let's go. You know, and so one thing led to another, and you know, I've been, you know, in like a real good business relationship with Viacom, CBS.
Yes.
Like even before they acquired CBS, like I've just been, you know, in the right company, business wise, and cut some checks, made some historic plays. You know, I produced a Super Bowl commercial with Budweiser and T-Pain. Auto-Tune, that's the name of the commercial. But yeah, Super Bowl 44, and just video games. I did all the Latin-inspired boards pretty much for the Fast and Furious video game, Fast and Furious Showdown.
All out of Minneapolis.
Yeah, all right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, see, it's what you know and it's who you know.
And that's fine with you.
Yeah. It's what you know, who you know, and that's, you know, it's not all about me. I've done what I've done and been put in a position to now teach others, you know, like as part of what I'm doing and building. You know, we have a black publishing company. It's called Noisebox Publishing,
Okay.
and we're going to be, you know, pulling in young artists, young producers, and giving them these opportunities. You know, we already have a stable of some young minds that's already cooking, and we getting them in the right positions, and then we're gonna do it again, get the next batch.
It's
you know?
very necessary.
Yeah.
Because since Rhyme Sayers, I haven't seen music-wise that real industry level.
Yeah.
From here, you got your free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
You got your Mod Son.
My son.
Lizzo.
Who else we got from here? We got Young Gravy.
You know,
Young Gravy. Did
yeah.
some numbers. Yeah.
And definitely Sophia and Lizzo doing numbers.
Oh yeah, of course that part. Yeah.
I would like to see more organizations.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So,
Everything's a team effort. You know, that's
Absolutely,
better said than done sometimes because
Right.
of egos, but the right minds. Like we in a spot, vibration wise, in the universe where all the right minds is linking up now. You don't need everybody. You
That's
just need the
true.
right mind, the few right minds, and that wave can then inspire everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, okay, but wait. What about LA and New York? Like, is that a factor?
Yeah. LA, New York, you know. So LA is like kind of like a second home business wise, especially for the music, because like that's where a lot of the shows are getting done, and a lot of the production companies that do the shows, that's where the relationships lie to get, you know, they thought, we working on this, we need this type of themed music. You know, it's not always, you know, rap music. Like EDM, I produce every genre I'm touching, you know, and that came from being a guy hungry for the challenges and didn't want to miss opportunity, you know, like, so when I got into like EDM dubstep was real big, which is like a subgenre of EDM, and opportunities were coming, and some almost got through past me because they like, oh no, that's you know, he's the urban guy, he's our urban guy.
Wow, just like that.
Yeah, you know, but
you're like, hold up.
Yeah, I'm like, hold on, let me see, hold on, check your email, check your email 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
Respect,
yeah, and then they're like, oh, send us 10 more of these, you know, and so you know, one thing leads to another, and so that loving all types of musics was kind of like the catalyst to get me to produce all type of musics, you know. Like, I already had a natural love for like EDM because the power chords and it's big music. You know, rap and trap is kind of naked.
I would
sonically.
say narrow.
Sonically, because it's really about the vibration of the drums. The drums is the personality for hip hop, because hip hop started with pretty much nothing, but the necessity was the drums, the heartbeat of everything, you know. So hip hop has its own magic. It pretty much controls everything, you know. But there's these other things, you know, that I definitely was inspired by, like especially like R&B, and then like when the EDM craze was real big, like the David Guettas and all that. I just listened to the DJs, them overseas DJs, and how they was producing those records. It was just these big lush records. And it was crazy.
Where do you see Minnesota fitting into all that, you know? Like, if you can, I don't want you to like speak for Minnesota, but like yourself and like Minnesota, where does Minnesota fit in?
As far as what?
Like, is there influence on like what's popular and like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, Minnesota's kind of like, so as far as, so technically we like the 15 markets, so as far as having the influence to control the other markets sonically, we're not there yet, because all the other, you got like Atlanta, who's pretty much, that's the ground zero for the trap waves and everything, and now you got New York, who is like pretty much, they're not the New York of the 90s. It's sonically, it's a whole nother, you know what I mean, sound over there now. And then you got LA with their sound and the Bay with their sound. But Minnesota, one thing that's good about Minnesota, we like the little brother of all of these places. And all that music combined together is fusing a whole new sound. And that's the Minneapolis sound. These youngins up here is going dumb. Shout out to all the youngins getting it, the producers and the artists, you know what I'm saying? I'm there for you, I'm there with it, let's get it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. So yeah, you saw the free Wi-Fi's. You saw the who else was big? I feel like there was like a small wave like of potential. Well, yeah. What did you think about free Wi-Fi? Like, and what?
That was a wave, you know.
Yeah.
That was a wave, you know. Shout out to all of them cats, you know. That was a wave. I saw it come, and then I guess it hit its benchmark, and then I guess whatever happened.
Things move on. Sure.
Yeah, things move on,
Yeah.
But that inspired, like, everything happens for a reason.
Sure. It did
So the
inspire
people
a
that
lot,
got inspired by that might have been their purpose
Facts.
as the free Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll come back. That'll be hard for the city too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be lit.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, who knows,
Okay.
man?
Yeah. And maybe Rhymesters will bring Soundset back.
Yeah. We need that. If it comes back with a section of focus for the locals, like
Say more.
let this local sound be like one of the staples of it too.
Yeah.
Because we need that. Like Atlanta, and like LA, like those places got the upper echelons, but they always are showing a spotlight to the next wave, especially Atlanta. That's they God's gift right there. Like that reach back is real down there.
See, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to travel on that basis.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to these places on a music tip. I've traveled, but just not on music.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Yeah. So Atlanta, New York has it too, but Atlanta's like that is their organic gift.
Cool.
The reach back from the people that I've already got above a certain threshold.
And you feel like it's coming here now too.
Well, it's here. It's the right minds here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the full collective yet. I always say yet because everything has a progression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's happening. One thing leads to another.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of like perfect because that's a perfect segue. So yeah, what do you got coming with YMMI?
With Gimme?
With the clothing.
With the clothing?
Yeah.
So we expanding the clothing line. We got a crazy fall launch coming for fall 21.
Already
We're going crazy this fall.
Yeah.
Kids, we breaking off into that sector.
Yeah.
That's a different sector. We had to navigate it because the kid sizes, there's so many. It's not just like adult sizes where it's kind of narrowed down.
Because they're always growing.
Yeah,
sure.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to say, okay, what section of kid sizes do we want to focus on? You know what I mean? So we'll probably be doing it from probably from 5, and then once they get to about the 15 range, that's kind of like our young adult sizes anyway. So we probably do age 5 and up. But yeah, we're definitely getting into that, and we got a summer launch coming that's kind of focused on the women's side of our stuff.
Good.
Yeah, we're a unisex company with the joggers and stuff and the jackets, but now we're giving a focus directly to the ladies. We got these hoodie 2-piece joints that's gonna go down. Yeah.
Okay.
Crop hoodies with the leggings.
And the music. What's the next? What's next
music?
for Los and Leon?
Oh man, he got some big things. I really can't announce nothing yet, but
really?
Yes, we
It's on lock?
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, go follow at Lost in Leon.
Yeah.
You can Google Lost in Leon, put it all together, no spaces, and follow them and stream the new single Ain't That. That's out everywhere right now. Video be dropping soon, very soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who you shoot your videos with?
So we like Robert Henry is like,
Yeah.
that's like the guy, that's like my homie, because I bring a lot of ideas. We sit around and just think tank all day, me and
Respect,
him.
yeah.
You know what I mean? We just be chilling and going through music and watching
Takes
videos
time.
and just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So Robert Henry, like that's my right hand when it comes to my first execution of vision and how we could get it done, because I'm kind of crazy with the visions.
Right.
So he's like, okay, we get it done like this. We can do this like this. And so that's like my right hand creatively, and then Felly Fells, that's my dude too. That's Minneapolis. Like he's a video legend now too, Felly
Right.
Fells, and I'm rocking with everybody,
Respect,
and if you got something crazy, reach out, man. Like
Yeah.
I'm all about joining on with creatives and let's see what vision we can create together.
That's the point too of this too. One day I was like, I don't know like who to reach out to. I don't know even where to go to find out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I did this.
Yeah.
I was staring at the city because like I'm really looking.
Yeah. Oh, we here, man. And this is good. Shout out to Staring at the City.
Respect.
We need this. We need all of this. We need all the eyes on us. You know what I mean? To put the focus on what else we do here. You know what I mean?
You see anything else on the horizon with the music, even if it's not I'm sorry, tell me your brand again one more time.
Oh, so Perfect Noise is the music
Perfect
side.
Noise,
Perfect
yeah.
Noise.
Even if it's not Perfect Noise, like what do you see on the horizon for music coming from here?
Oh man.
Or Perfect Noise?
Well, from the city, we yeah, it's a lot of cats, both from Minneapolis and St. Paul. These young guys, you know, they gonna take us into the future, and I'm on board with it. Like I rock with a lot of young guys.
Because you
know
just
what I'm
have
saying?
Leon now.
I got Leon as my company's focus.
Right.
Like he's our artist with our
Right.
company, but I'm like big bro to anybody that comes to me. I'm gonna talk what I know, the notes I took on my journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I give them to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got them.
Who do you see?
So we got Prince Riley out the north side, the Royal family out the north side. Who else popping? Huncho Nemo.
Ah.
We got him, John Ray, of course. You know he's a street
Campaign.
legend. He young goat right now. Yeah. Campaign. The whole Mills, man. Shout out to the Millies, man. They going dumb. Who else we got that's really catching my
Really
ear?
representing.
Right
No, I mean, this
Let me
is,
see.
I respect, you know? Yeah.
It's another. I'm trying to think of the name. It's another young guy up here that caught my ear lately too.
You've seen a lot, huh?
Can't think of the name, but yeah, it's a couple.
Is he
young
already
guys.
signed though? Or?
No, this is young independent cat.
Got
you know
you,
what I'm saying?
got
Yeah,
you.
young independent
Yeah.
cat. Yeah. And I like my buddies and my youngest bring me music all the time. You know, and I just listen for what's different and what catches me.
They
you
don't
know,
know, or maybe they do know, like who's listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could.
Yeah, a lot don't like.
Next thing you know what I'm saying?
So it's a new wave that don't understand like. Cause I started as an artist first, you know,
Yeah.
I was 16, 17, you know, billboards, commercials, shrink raps, street teams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shout out Studio 4, you know, they really put me on the map. And then one of my OGs, Big Willie, we had New Trends Entertainment. And then we had a young artist, when I first got into production heavy, my first artist as me in the background as a producer was a guy named Young Truth, who had the city. We created a wave with him back in the day. And yeah, so a lot of the youngest, you know, they don't even know that part of my legacy exists. But it's all good, you know. They come, they reach out, and I just give them some game. You know, I can't really, I'll be honest with them, I can't take them all on at the same time.
No.
But you know, one thing leads to another. I'm always here to give you some game, though. I'm always here to give you whatever I know.
Yeah.
Whether it's on the music business side, through the publishing, the copyrights, the mechanics, how that works. Or even if you ain't there, on how to even just go sign up at ASCAP or BMI. You know, I could walk you through an application. You know what I'm saying? What application are you ready for at this point in your career? You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm trying to fight the narrative that I feel exists, which is that Minnesota isn't really like pushing music, or like you can't really find a lot of music. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's because locally we don't got the right we don't have some machines that are or were in place weren't focused on the ground. You know, it was kind of like this upper echelon focus, but it wasn't. You got to get to the mud. The streets control everything. Nike know it.
Yeah.
So you know, I be laughing when it goes over some, you know, corporations' heads. You know, like you got the biggest that understand we need the streets because the streets control everything in every way. There's a certain blessing that's bestowed to the streets. Outside of all the crazy stuff that happened in the streets, culturally, the streets control everything.
That's what Jay State said too.
Yeah, that's just facts. That's if you go back to the '80s when corporations denied rap until what is rappers delight, and then they like, oh, we need all the rap. Go get all the rap. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a fact of nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Thank you for the shout outs too. Yeah, you're shining the light, you know?
Oh yeah, man, it's just all love, you know what I mean? It's all love for the city, man. I stand with my chest out when I be in other places and talk about the city. Especially after last year, we really represented in a way that was outside of music. It was just a humanity way, like it needed to. What happened last year outside and God bless the dead, George Floyd, big homie George Floyd, you know what I'm saying? His passing, you know, in a holistic view.
And Dante Wright.
And Dante Wright,
like
same, shout out to the youngin', man. Yeah, Dante Wright, rest in heaven, my G. Those, you know, there's a cause and effect. There's a law of the universe, you know what I'm saying? And those causes created an effect from our youth and the people here. But that effect, why it was such a ripple effect, because that's been a vibration that's been around the world with all oppressed people, mainly black people. You know what I mean? We the face of oppression in world history, you know, pretty much. you know. And then when something hits like that, those ripples, you drop a pebble in the water. The first pebble is that first bloop is the deepest, and then that ripple effect. You know, try it when you get home. Just drop a rock in some water, and that first impact point is the deepest. That was the fires and everything, and the ripple is the change that's happening. You know, and the focus on change. You know, you can talk about change all you want, but now we got like the government to focus on certain change. You know, we got to keep them focused because, you know, one thing leads to another with them too. That's a whole nother lecture, but you know, I'm here for it, man. We was on the front line. Me and the whole team, me and the whole fam was on the front line, man. When it was really real, you know, we always gonna be on the front line. You'll always see YMMI on the front line, man. That's what we do, you know, man. We from the ground, and we gonna be there when the ground speak, when the streets speak. We gonna speak with them, you know.